Welcome to Conversations on the Edge with Tom and TJ, where Generation X and Millennial talk about restoration, the Edge version 3, and the world.
Oh, all right. So welcome everybody. We're in the man cave today. I'm here with my buddy Andy and and one of my absolute favorite people to talk to, Jarrett Steer.
Oh, come on.
You are. And we have had some incredible conversations and we decided that we're going to have a few beers. We have some tequila over here. I don't know what Jarrett's drinking.
I've got this double IPA from Stemma, local brewery up here in Bellingham.
Yeah, if I can't do IPA, I got to stick to Ultra. I got to do. Otherwise, I'll fall over here in the beanbag.
You better figure it out.
I'm a lightweight, man. I can't. Yeah, I don't go hardcore on anything, but. As always, we're here in the man cave for this one. So this one is after hours. So I apologize in advance if there's any S-bombs or God forbid there's an F-bomb, but there probably won't be, but you might hear some stuff. There might be. Yeah. But we're going to do a best of our conversations, and Andy hasn't heard some of these stories, so he'll have his own input. And we're going to have some fun. But let's start off with something fun and exciting that's happening in our world right now. And we're going to start with Jared because he has the best exciting news that's happening in his life right now. So tell us all about it, my friend.
Yeah, that's true. So in the last year, we have baby Simon, baby Cy, and he was born October 25th last year. So he's 10 months old. And the excited, I mean, he's an amazing kid. The kid just laughs and smiles all the time. He's absolutely wonderful. But he just started crawling like in the last week, and probably for a month he's been like up on all fours and rocking a little bit. And we've just been waiting. And now he's unstoppable. He is on the move, and we are baby proofing the house. And that little kid is so much fun. Yeah. That's my happy news. Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations. Yeah.
Congratulations, buddy. I know you guys, I know this has been, in the works now for as long as I've known you, and congratulations. I'm super happy for you. That is awesome. Baby Cy. I can't wait to meet him.
If I can give you one piece of advice, actually, Gary. So enjoy these great movements right now when they're smiling and loving on you, because around 12 or 13, they're going to look at you and that you don't know shit. And Dad, you don't know. You've never been there. You've never done that. You have no clue what they're going through. Well, all you pray is, damn, I hope you don't do what I did when I was growing up.
Well, you have adult
daughters
girls,
now.
And so that's a whole nother world.
I know it is.
Don't just let them have it.
I know. I'm saying enjoy it. Enjoy it. Maybe you'll be different. They'll love you and smile all the time and never tell you, Dad, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
All right, Andy, what do you got that's fun and exciting going on in your life right now?
What do I have that's fun and exciting? I'm somewhat of a boring individual. I don't know.
That you want to share. Well, you just got back from Europe.
Right. Got back from Europe. I was in Spain, and I was lucky enough to be there for 2 weeks, a couple days for work. And then I flew my younger daughter, who goes to the University of Michigan. She was studying in Germany for the summer and had a week off. So I flew her over on a Friday, and my older daughter, who graduated from Purdue, I flew her out. So we ran around Spain for 10 days. So we were in Mallorca, Alicante, Madrid, Barcelona, Sevilla. And then I had a couple of days before they actually came there. So I was talking to some people, and they're like, well, you ought to go to Marrakech, which is Morocco. And I'm like, where? So I was in Alicante at the time. So I just spur of the moment. Right? What was that?
It's a ferry ride, isn't it? Like a boat takes you over?
No, you had to fly. I flew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I flew into Morocco or whatever, and went to Marrakesh, and you go to the market and all that. It was really cool. So So if you ever find
That
yourself in
sounds
Spain with a
amazing.
couple extra days to kill, go on over to Marrakesh.
That's
Yeah, that was
awesome.
that was fun. It was a good time.
Or you go over to Ibiza also, and that's.
I didn't get to Ibiza. Yeah, I didn't get to the club island, but next time I'm out there, I will.
Oh shoot! Well, I have so this is my what if how much and how long. That's my trademark. It's actually in the process of being trademarked, and it's business. So in the disaster world, I teach people, what if something happens, how much would it cost to recover, and how long would it take?
Yeah.
Well, my funny story is I didn't realize that this had a double meaning until I went into a bar and it was sitting next to Andy.
Mm-hmm.
And these middle-aged ladies. Well, I say middle-aged, shit, they're my age, but there's no more middle-age. But they came up to me and they were like, because they were staring, they're looking, and it always happens with the women. It happens every single time I wear this shirt. They'll be sitting like, 50 feet away, and they're looking at her. What if? How much? How long? And so they finally came up and said, all right, so what's that mean? And I didn't realize that. All right, so what if? How much? How long? And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then I explained, that my business and everything. I said, don't tell anybody that. Just wear the shirt and just say, what if, how much, and how long. You just cut right to the chase. What if?
I wanted a shirt before. Now I want one. Now I want two shirts.
Yeah.
Well, I've got one. What size you want? You want large?
XL.
Extra?
I'm a big boy. Yeah, XL.
I got you. I got it. I've got it right here. We have them now. I have a stockpile of them. Marie Stevens is my t-shirt entrepreneur, and she's killing it. We've got some these are really good t-shirts. They're what the hell are they? That fancy guy.
Fancy guy.
Well,
they're nice.
Yeah, they're not.
They're like dry fit. They're like a dry fit shirt.
Yeah, so they don't like get all weird and when you're hot and all that stuff. So who's that guy? The fancy designer, whatever. I get them on Amazon for, I think I get 3 of them for $18. So it's like, it works.
I'm not sure that's the fancy designer then.
Well, no, it's what the hell does it say? What does it say?
What? The tags
You gotta come up with like these are like,
oh, it's reaction. Oh, Kenneth Cole.
Kenneth Cole.
Kenneth Cole.
Kenneth Cole. Okay. Yeah. The fancy guy.
See,
He's got Kenneth Cole heels on right now too, to match his shirt.
So, and so that's my thing. It's like, holy crap. I didn't realize that it had that. So but they said go with it. So I'm going to go with it.
Well, this like going through that shirt. That reminds me of the time when I was presenting at your class, and the first thing Tom says to me when I come off stage goes, "Are those pants Lululemon?"
Oh, he liked your pants, apparently.
Well, the reason I have the Lululemon pants that I got in Australia, and
everybody's there laughing.
He's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
There's the first F-bomb. Tom dropped the first one. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was
what are you talking about?
That was funny.
I thought I was being complimentary, but it was like, I didn't realize everybody wasn't wearing Lululemon, but me.
Well,
but
they're actually a hunting brand pair of pants. It was like the complete opposite of Lululemon.
Lululemon. Yeah.
Well, they're real expensive here in the States, but over in Australia, when I went into the Lululemon store, I never thought that I would go into a Lululemon store, but I went in there, and the dollar versus the Australian dollar was awesome because you buy stuff over there for half of what you can buy it here.
Okay.
So that's where I bought my
Getting loaded up with
Actually,
Lululemon.
well, I got a couple really cool sweaters. And then I ventured out and I was going to get the pants because they have those, they're like golf pants. They're golf pants. And, but they didn't fit. So I didn't get them. Well, so when I seen you, I was like, are those the pants that I was going to? So yeah, we got way.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh,
Lululemons.
yeah, I have Lululemons.
Right. I'm not going to lie. I do too, but I'm not going to come out on a podcast and.
Well, you just did.
But he said no.
Edit
There,
that part out.
and he's probably got cool. What KUHL or something like that.
What
No,
is it?
no.
It's more of a rugged brand.
Jared's got
Oh,
the.
okay.
He's got the real stuff, and I'm just I'm just an unfrozen caveman figuring my way out through this world. If I see something I like it, I buy it. If I don't, I don't buy it. Oh shoot!
Awesome. Yeah, I've said the what if, how much, how long. As soon as I saw that shirt, it was probably 3 or 4 weeks ago. I don't know. You put something out on social media, and I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, that is cool." Because I've heard you say it so many times for years. I've heard you say it,
Yep.
and I was like, "Oh, that's brilliant." Put it on the shirt. That's awesome.
Well, and I don't know. Well, I'm slow, and so it takes me a while. It takes me a while to figure stuff out, and so, so so finally I'm sitting there, and there's like this epiphany. It's like, why don't you trademark that? And it's like, holy shit! Why didn't I think about that like 3 years ago? These shirts would be all over, all over the world. But I'm always a little slow and coming around and figuring shit out. So it's like it's just the way it is, and everybody that knows me knows that that's the case, and it's just me. So
I like it.
Better late than never. I'm a late bloomer.
You're just a young buck.
Yeah, I'm older than you are.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm impressed with the man cave. So I'm like looking at your picture and looking at my picture. I'm like, I'm still at work. This is it's 6:20 over here. I'm just doing a late day. It's hot. I'm sweaty. The sun's going down. It's like straight in my, I look terrible in my camera. And then you're over there. Like, what kind of studio do you like? You have lights or something? What do you have going on? You guys look great. You guys just look.
Yeah,
I'm always impressed with everything you do. Everything you do is perfect. Like,
Do you want to call your makeup girl later? We got the
right? She's right around the corner, right?
Exactly, she is
over there.
The microphone, the boom comes down.
Exactly.
You can't see
Exactly.
everybody behind the scenes, but
How many people are in that man cave? Like 6 people working in there?
Exactly. That's right. Yeah, there is.
but it's always a production. Me, I'm
Yeah, great.
He doesn't cut corners.
no,
That's why my podcast was never videoed, because I can't video. I look terrible. Whatever I'm doing, it's just I don't think about it, and then so yeah, I don't do the video. But it's a compliment. It looks great over there, Tom.
well, it's a collection. See, the place that I had in Cocoa Beach. So I'm in Satellite Beach now, and so this is much smaller. This is probably less than half the size of my Cocoa Beach
pad.
Yeah. And so there's all this stuff that, when you come to my place, it's like a museum, a Tom museum. You can literally, if you want to learn anything about me, you just come to my house, and because it's all there, the history, it's kind of like the Cro-Magnon man, here's all this progress. Here's where he stood up, and all this stuff. And so,
what's going on with the surfboard? Well, I mean, maybe the surfboard, but what in the background there is you look at it and you're like, that's my favorite. This thing is cool. Is it a surfboard? You get a lot of stuff going on back there.
Here, let me get my head out the way. Yeah, that's a surfboard.
Well, everything in here it has meaning. And actually, the surfboard belongs to one of my nephews. And Chris, if you're listening, I'm going to shoot you some dollars because I still owe you, because been storing this for Chris. And during the time that I was storing it for him, it was in my tiki bar, and we had a big Super Bowl party when when I was getting ready to sell my house. We had the last Super Bowl party, and the signatures that are on it are from that last Super Bowl party.
Okay.
And then everybody that comes here, there's a Sharpie. Everybody that comes, they have to sign the surfboard. And so, Chris, I haven't forgot about you. I love you. I'm going to send you some money for the surfboard, but it's still here and it's still surfable. You can still surf it.
Yeah.
But
I think I might have been the last signature on this.
You were. And so there's all kinds of stuff up here. Like there's a jersey up here for the Reds in New Zealand that the Aussies were so kind to give to me when I was in Australia. Everything in here is from someplace all over the world, and I
like it.
I'm big on nostalgia. I love, I don't dwell in the past, but I'm one of those that believes that you have to embrace your history, your past, and be all right with it. Love it, because I do.
Your past. Yeah,
I do. There's a lot of crap I did in my life that I wouldn't do or recommend doing, but I did.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, I'll tell you,
I've heard a lot of those. It's a young Tom hanging with the Red Rocker himself, Sammy Hagar.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I've been very fortunate.
Yeah.
Been very fortunate in my life, and I've never really had any money or anything, but I've always had fun, and
that's the most important.
Yeah, and I was in college, and I think I had $200 to my name, and so this was 1984, somewhere in there. Maybe 84. It was before I got into restoration, and I entered this contest, and Sammy Hagar was having his last concert before he joined. He hadn't announced he was joining Van Halen yet, but it was his last concert.
Okay.
And so I entered it with a buddy of mine, and Jim Kellogg. Jimmy, if you're out there. And so we entered it, and we won. And it was like, holy crap. I was like,
contest?
You win a trip to Hawaii with Sammy Hagar, and you're a VIP guest at his last concert. And there were other winners. There was about a dozen of us.
But was it like a raffle, or did you guys have to do something that can compete and win something?
No, you didn't have to do anything. You just had to buy. You had to buy a ticket and put it in a box.
Okay. Got it.
At a record store. Back in the day, for all the kids out there, we used to have to go to the store and buy records. And so at the record store, and so we were listening, and we were in college, and I had this. I'm dramatic, and so I had this bar. So you're going to college, right? So what was the first piece of furniture that I had? So I built a bar. So the only thing in our apartment, but I had an apartment off campus, and so I had my own money that all that bullshit. But so a bar was the only piece of furniture that was in this place. And so I had everybody over, and I was listening on the radio, and nobody else was listening. It's kind of like the story of my life. Nobody's listening to my crap. So
I know you have a podcast.
Yeah. So it's like, and my family, they're like, man, you talk so much, Tom, just shut up. And I'm like, this is just, so anyway. So I'm listening to the radio, and I hear, and I'm like, what? And I won. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, we won a trip. And so we get over to Hawaii, and I just happen to have a very good friend that was also going to the University of Hawaii. Scott Millard was over there. And so we had 3 nights at the Ilokai Hotel, which was right on the...
You have the best stories, Tom.
Well, the
Going to
Ilokai,
Hawaii with Sammy Hagar.
I know.
well, the Ilokai is right beside the Hilton. And the Hilton, for the longest, that's where the bungalows and all the luau's and all that crap.
Okay.
And so, and it's on the, I don't know, it's on the end of Waikiki. Well, actually, it's where, if you watch Gilligan's Island, it's where they're leaving the port. They're leaving from the Ilokai Hotel is where where they're leaving on that fateful trip.
Okay, got it.
3-hour tour.
The 3-hour tour.
3-hour tour.
And so we're there, and it was awesome. We were dumb college kids, didn't have anything, and here we are, at the Ilokai. And I'll tell you one little story. We were down at the pool, and our manager was a girl, and she was from Warner Brothers, because it was Warner Brothers at the time, and this stuck with me every time. And every time it rains, I think of her. She was super cute and hot and way out of our league. And so we're out at the pool, and it started to rain, and everybody was going in. And I'm like, all right, so I'm going to go talk to her, and I want to say, hey, you're going to come in. It's raining. And so I went up and I did that, and she taught me a valuable lesson. And she looked at me. I said, it's raining. You're going to come in, because I thought maybe we would hang out or something. And she said, I was born wet. Which we all are born wet. But that was like, holy crap. And so from that day forward, every time it rains and somebody it's like, I remember that. We're all born wet.
So I'm taking it. She didn't.
But it's like
she didn't come in.
No, she didn't come. No. She didn't. I can hang out with us.
Yeah,
exactly. She was working for Warner Brothers. We didn't even have a job.
That was a polite way to say no.
But it was super cool. We met Sammy. We drank all their beer. It was an exciting time, and they didn't let us into like the VIP party. That was right. Where, because it was everybody that was the super VIP people knew that this was Sammy's last concert, and so there were all kinds of people at that party, and we begged to get in that place, and we tried to get in with the Hawaiian Tropic, bikini models.
Yeah.
Tried to sneak in with them. That didn't work, and so we had to take our.
That didn't work.
Yeah, I know. They didn't stick out like a sore thumb.
We had to take our silly ass back to the Ilokai. Yeah. It's like, all right, we're good. But then after that, I hung out with my buddy, at the university, and I stayed for another few days. And well, when I come visit, I just take over.
When Tom shows up, and he shows up.
I know.
No, I slept on his couch. I don't know where I slept. Actually, I think I slept on the floor. But we didn't have anything, but it was a blast, and it's on the wall. I have so much memorabilia, and most of it's wrapped up, because where I am right now, I don't have everything unwrapped, and I don't. And so, and I have boxes of stuff that I haven't even put together that is that I want to actually finish, but I have like 70 pieces of art and things that we put together over the years. So it's crazy.
I'm like getting to that point. I'm getting to that point where it's like there's now so much that it can't all be displayed.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting rid of it. Like it's
no
on it, but yeah, I'm there. I understand.
My goal is a barn dominium.
That's what I did. Well, I use my
where
shop
it's just like, holy crap.
I use my shop quite a bit for all my fun stuff that and I got an upstairs. All my deer heads are up there, but yeah,
Yeah, so
barn dominium. I need a barn dominium.
that's what I'm thinking, because then you get all this space, and you can have like that's my goal, and I want a bowling alley in there too, if I can pull
Bowling
that
alley.
if I can pull that
That would be cool. I
one.
know that this is going to be ridiculous. I want I want an indoor playland like you would see at like the McDonald's or something
Oh,
for baby
hey,
Shy.
hey,
Like, I just want, yeah. Like, I'm talking
hey.
to my wife about it, and she's not on board yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
But I'm like, that would be so awesome. Like, baby Shy needs it. Baby Shy needs a big
Mhm.
indoor playground. Like,
Well, think about all the photo opportunities and all of the pictures that you can take.
yes.
Oh, because that's the one thing that you have now that you didn't have, with kids when we were kids. You were like, if you had a Polaroid, it's like,
Yeah. You're shaking them,
Yeah,
waiting for them to develop.
now you can document your kid right from birth all the way, boom, 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 boom.
When I was growing up, if you had something that could record you on film, and you were rich. So,
Yeah, we didn't see any.
seriously,
Funny is I
there
come
was
across
no.
some of those. I come across some of those videos now, and like trying to play them now. They're the grittiest. Like you can't even
Yes,
see what's
exactly.
going on. Like are we roller skating or skiing? I can't even tell what's happening. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, our family, we didn't see any film until probably 1980.
Yeah, I don't know if we ever saw film. My dad was frugal.
For the young kids, that's late in life.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was in high school before I seen film.
Maybe Cy probably has more pictures today than I had from like years 1 to 3. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh shoot! So any hunting trips? Any hunting excursions? It's been
So we did, yeah. This year we did. So I do 4 a year. I go to Phoenix, Arizona in January. I have an uncle that lives there. He's lived there ever since he moved, or because all my family's from Indiana, but for some reason, Uncle Brad.
Can I interrupt you 1 second? What part of Indiana?
Fort Wayne.
I grew up in South Bend.
Oh, okay, yeah. Not like what is that? 2 hours away? 3 hours?
Yeah, not even that. Not even that. Yeah. So
yes, we're
interesting.
right next to each other, pretty much.
Yeah. Sorry.
So I grew up in Fort Wayne. All my family's still there. You still have family in South Bend?
No,
You make it back?
I still actually have a house in South Bend, but my brother was on the East Coast. My sister was in Indianapolis, and I was in Boston and actually down in Florida. So my sister had kids. She's the oldest of the siblings. So my folks relocated to Indy in like 95.
Okay. So, gotcha.
But I'm not married now, but my ex still had family up there, and we lived up there, and that's where my girls grew up and right across the state line.
So when you said, your daughters are in Michigan and Purdue,
yes.
I was like, that's far from Florida. So
yes.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Company I work for is out of Elkhart, Indiana.
What are they doing? Trailers? Isn't that?
Well, I'm in the marine industry.
Okay.
So the company I work for is called Patrick Industries, and they own, I don't know, 80, 90 different companies, most of them in the RV space, some in industrial, power sports, and marine. And I'm part of the
recreational stuff.
Yes, it's all recreational stuff. So we build parts for the builders. So, Mastercraft or Sea Ray or whatever, we're building parts for them to build their boats.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. Small world.
Yeah, no doubt. So sorry, you got family in Fort Wayne.
You're good. So so Uncle Brad moves to Phoenix. So I go out there once a year and we do a javelina hunt, which javelina are like the desert pig. They're hairy little pigs that run around the desert. A lot of people don't know, which I guess I'm not surprised. I didn't know what they were either until my Uncle Brad was like, "Hey, you need to come out here." But yeah, javelina, they're little hairy pigs in the desert, and little. They're like 30, 35 pounds. I mean, they can get pretty big. But yeah, so they're running around out there in the desert, and I go chase those around with a bow and arrow with him once a year. We go out there in January, and then end of May, beginning of June, get over to Idaho and do a bear hunt. And that's usually just me and my dog and 10 to 14 days, and it's just us. There's no cell phone. There's no internet service. I mean, it's actually pretty cool. I was saying, like, from where, like, the picture that I took, like where we're glassing, looking for bear. If you left that spot, it's a 3 mile hike back to the ATV. Once you get on the ATV, you've got 10 miles coming out. Once you get out to camp, you've got another 3 hour drive to get to cell phone service. So from where you're sitting, now I do have a sat phone. So I can, or not, I shouldn't say a sat phone. I have GPS device where I can text and stuff. So I send my wife messages, make sure, I'm okay, kind of thing. But it's fun though to be when you're sitting there and you're like, if I wanted to make a phone call right now, it's like 6 hours for me to, like, from when I decided I want to make a phone call, I would have to leave here. It'd be 6 hours before it's really cool. I really like it. So that's in May and June. And then in July, August, end of July, beginning of August, I have a friend that lives in Alaska, a friend that I met 3 years ago. And so I go up there and we go fishing, and we just this year I brought back about 100 pounds of salmon fillets, and that's just a great time. You get out on the Kenai River. I mean, you're standing out there and your waders fishing, and fish are literally bumping into you while you're standing in the river. I mean, they're swimming over your line. They're everywhere. It's so much fun. It's amazing. And then it's beautiful. The bald eagles everywhere, mountains that are 10 times bigger than anything else that you're like used to or seen. I mean, everything's just 10 times bigger in Alaska. So it's amazing trip. And then my favorite trip is going to Wyoming and hunting mule deer, hunting antelope in Wyoming in October. That's my favorite trip, and I get to go out there. And there's a ranch that I hunt on. Made really good friends. I don't want to say family with the Lay Ranch now, and it's so much fun. Go out there, hang out with them, but then yeah, chase antelope around and sit and hopefully watch and look for mule deer, and that's a really good time. A lot of fun also. So I have those 4 trips that I've kind of it took me probably 12 years to put it all together, but now I'm like about every quarter I'm going on a trip somewhere and doing something, and it's perfect. I'm happy with the hunting agenda for the year.
That's the beautiful thing about life. You have to enjoy the ride. Don't put it off until you're retired or whatever. Enjoy life as you're going through life. And October in Wyoming, fantastic time. People don't even realize. And I'm from South Dakota, and born in South Dakota, but really grew up in Nevada, and then here in Florida. But been in Florida now 31 years. But the fall and the spring on the plains is fantastic, just fantastic.
So it's funny you mentioned the Wyoming. What does that text say? It says, when will you be in Florida in
Joey's
October?
Hunt. Yeah.
Joey's Hunt might get moved from September to October 13th through the 22nd. He's going out. I guess you got to get a license for antelope or whatever in Wyoming. So he's actually going out to Wyoming. He thought in September, but she just texted while we were here saying, because she was going to come down and hang with me while he was out hunting.
Okay. Yeah.
But now I don't. Why it would get moved, I'm not sure. Maybe
Well, I'm not 100% sure on that. I know that my mule deer hunt this year. So I drew a mule deer tag. I didn't draw an antelope buck tag, which is probably what he drew.
He did.
I drew 2 antelope doe tags. So I have a mule deer and antelope doe, but my mule deer season got moved from, it was October 1st to October 15th. And now it's moved from October 20th to the 31st. And the reason they said they did it, I got a little postcard in the mail, but they said they did it because they're doing CWD testing in the area in Wyoming. And so for whatever reason, I don't know if testing dates or if it's a mobile unit and it's only available certain dates. I don't know, but yeah, they said it was CWD. So if when we're successful, we have to provide a sample back to the Wyoming Game and Fish so that they can test it for CWD, which is a chronic wasting disease, is what it stands for, and it's a disease that moves through deer. But this is the first year we've had to do it in Wyoming. I know that it's been in past, like Minnesota, Wisconsin, parts of Illinois seem to be like the heaviest hit with the CWD, but this is the first year that I've heard about it in Wyoming. But yeah, my hunt got moved. So I wonder if that isn't, I don't know if CWD affects antelope.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a hunter gatherer,
Yeah,
so I have no
yeah.
idea. I have no idea. That whole description of you're like 6 miles from the side by side, you're 3 miles from the camp, and then another 4 miles. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty incredible. I mean,
I'm that way with skiing, though. I'm the isolation, the quiet, the peaceful,
get away
everything
from everything. Yeah, and there's something like, when we go to Idaho, and I have an ATV with tracks on it, so I can get through the snow, and I've got a chainsaw that's on there with me so that we can cut, because you get out there in the spring and trees have fallen over the winter, and so you're going down these trails and these roads and trees have fallen, so you're going to cut your way through them. And but there's something so cool though about seeing just this like quarter-mile snowy road trail in front of you, and there's no tracks on it.
Yeah,
you're like, I'm the first one. I'm the first one.
That's awesome.
Nobody back there.
That is awesome. I was having dinner, and where we are right now, we're about 600 feet from the ocean, and I was at dinner. I was like, you don't ever have any right to bitch about anything, ever, Mr. McGuire. And because it's just like, seriously, it's just, you have to look around in life and say, you know what? This is all right.
And it's so moments much to appreciate.
Oh my God. Oh my God. And some people, they just refuse to, they're so hung up on the past or, something that somebody did to them 40 years ago, 50 years ago. And it's just like, oh my God, you got to move on, and
I can't talk to those people. I don't get it. I'm like,
I can't stand, I can't be in the same room, because it's just like, I can feel my brain trying to jump out my ear, it's like, it hurts.
My ear.
It hurts when your brain is trying to jump out your ear. It hurts.
I know exactly what you're saying, but
like, oh my God. That's why I can't listen to the news or anything anymore. It's just like, oh my God, your people are like crazy.
Tom's brain's just trying to jump out of his
ear.
And if you don't know, I got a big head, so the brain is trying to get out that little hole. It hurts. Shit.
I think we've been talking for like 40 minutes, and we've even, before the podcast, we're like, all right, we're gonna jump into the best of stories.
That's right.
That's right. Got to one of the best of stories.
No, we created a whole. I know. That's funny. You're right. You were going down the itinerary of what we were going to talk about. You guys, not me. I wasn't a part of it.
Yeah, we even got there.
I know.
Well, but we have no script, if you haven't noticed, and so. Is that tequila chilled over there yet?
Well,
I gotta get another beer.
All right, you grab another beer. We're gonna get some tequila. I'll talk to everybody. All right, everybody. So just stay where you are. We're reloading. And for those of you, I apologize. This is our after hours podcast, and so if there's some language or something that you
Casamigos.
that you find
Blanco
offensive,
chill.
I'm sorry, but If you know me, you know that's just the way it is. Welcome to the Man Cave here in Satellite Beach, Florida. We do have football on. The Vikings are probably getting their ass kicked like they normally do. Even in the street, I'm kidding. They actually did really good last year, but I'm not on board with this year. I'm not quite sure what's going on.
I missed it. What are we talking about?
He's just rambling on his own. Nothing. He's talking to himself, actually.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
I'm caught up then.
Okay, I'm caught up.
Well, yeah. Well, it is what it is. Well,
for this, I overflowed it. I got to be careful.
If there's somebody that can laugh at them, I can laugh at myself. I do it every day. I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
Pretty stiff porch right here.
You have to. Yeah, you have to.
Oh,
all right. There we go.
Thank you, sir.
Well, cheers. Here, put that up to the.
Cheers.
There, cheers.
I don't even know where it came from. I probably shouldn't even be drinking out of it. I don't know.
Thank you, sir.
I did it anyway.
Garrett, what is that sign in the behind you? Your right shoulder.
That's his.
Yeah.
That's his.
That's my podcast logo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I take you over there, but I'm kind of like stuck with a bunch of wires hooked to my computer.
No, it keeps blinking, and I didn't know if it was like a neon beer sign or what it was.
Stay there because you guys talk.
Oh, we're talking.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah. So I had a friend that
how cool is this now?
When I do my podcast, well, it's just
we're trying to talk amongst ourselves here.
Are we talking to who's talking?
He said, "Why don't you guys talk amongst yourselves?" He kept talking. I said, "Hey, man, we're talking amongst ourselves right now."
How about this?
You got the koozie. Yeah,
with the keychain. There you go.
Thank you.
See, how
I've got one, of course, but I should have one. Fine. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I guess we're done talking amongst ourselves. So
I had one of my friends. He does on the podcast. I used to do a podcast, and I did it like 2 years ago. I'm actually recording this, Tom. I may get back into podcast world. I brought out the equipment. I dusted it off. I hooked it up. So I would do podcasts with the industry, the restoration industry. But then I would also, whenever I would go hunting, I had a friend that was also a big hunter. And we would do a hunting podcast, and he would talk about his trip. I would talk about my trip. Anyway, he made that sign back there and sent it to me. And it's a metal. What is that? 6 sides, and then it's got the logo in the middle, and then he put lights in it, and there's a little remote. You can change the colors, and so it just hangs on the wall and blinks now. Yeah.
No, I miss your podcast, and I could not wait to have this conversation with you because I'm not kissing your ass, but I absolutely love talking to this man, and it's from day one. I didn't know him from Adam, and from day one it was we talked
it's fun.
It's exactly and I it's. You have to enjoy it. And I always tell everybody, enjoy the moment, because life is short. Just this, over the last 30 days, I lost 2 friends, one 77, 177 and 155. And life is short. You have to embrace it. You have to enjoy it. If you have kids, man, you got to make sure you tell them you love them because, you just don't know, we all have an expiration date and you just don't know what that is. And it's not up to us.
Times, someone's like, who do you have on the podcast next? I'm like, oh, I'm going to talk to Tom. What are you guys going to talk about? I'm like, I don't know. We're going to have a good time, though. I know that.
Well, there is going to be something that we are going to talk about, and so now we'll switch back into it's a little warm.
Best stuff.
We'll go into the best stuff. All right, so
I just got to send a quick text message.
But Jack, you know you're all right.
No. I have a marketing meeting, but I'm gonna push it. We're good.
You have a marketing meeting tonight?
Yeah.
What time is it out there? 6, almost 7? What time
Almost
is it?
7. Yeah, almost 7.
No rest for the.
Well, when you own your own business,
I did. I owned my own for years and years.
You
I
just,
got
whenever
work I
you
should
can
be
get something
doing.
It's
done, you get it done.
24/7.
You work when you can work, and
Yeah.
Oh, it's yeah. You work when you work. You play when and you get your vacation in
Right.
bits. It's like, all right, I get a little time here, a little time there, and you just gotta be happy.
Well, and I was happy when I owned my own businesses, for 20 years, and then sold those, and then the company I'm working with now. But everybody would look at you, and we had a pretty good lifestyle. Don't get me wrong, but everybody would say how lucky you are. But what they didn't realize is you work 24/7, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And it's like, it looks like we don't, but we work twice as hard as most of the people that were saying, how lucky are you? But we did that so we could be lucky,
I was gonna say, but at the same time, I'm so lucky.
It took hard work to be lucky.
Yeah.
Well, if you add up all the time, you're making less than minimum wage when you figure it all out. So it's like,
how lucky was I?
It's like, damn it.
Don't think of it like that, Tom. Don't think of it like that.
I guess I wasn't that lucky.
Well,
had you just worked it.
Well, I do exaggerate at times, and that was an exaggeration.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I can tell you. I mean, I'm talking about, like, I go on 4 hunting trips a year. I couldn't do that with a regular job. There's no way.
Yeah.
So I do. But but I'm going to have a meeting tonight at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock so that I can go take that 12-mile trip into Idaho and
that's right.
Die in the mountains.
One of these days,
at least you'll have your GPS tracker that know where to come get you.
Yeah, they can come get me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
One of these days, though, what I want to venture out of my comfort zone and actually do a trip like that. I want to go on a trip with you guys. When you do that, as the complete greenhorn, I'll carry parts and do whatever I got to do.
You're gonna carry.
Now you're cutting shit up, right?
He'll carry your dog so your dog doesn't get tired.
You're cutting stuff up and carrying it out of there, and so I'll
already not invited because he's trying to carry parts into the mountains.
I know. Have him get one of those baby back straps instead of the boy. He'll have your dog strapped up there, like nuzzling up to his bosom, keeping him warm.
You can change something.
Anyway, he's got parts he can carry.
He's got parts. Yeah, he's got parts to take into the mountains.
Sure wish I had a hammer, and you're like, oh, hey, here. As a matter of fact.
Well, I'm handy. But I mean, you're cutting things up, you're carrying them out, you're putting them, you're getting them back to camp, all that stuff. Well, I don't know what the hell.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Why don't you just carry your own rifle and bow and arrow, and you'll be all right there.
Hey, I know what I do well, and I know what I don't do well, and we'll leave it at that. All right. So the best stuff. And so
we're
out of time, Johnny.
Part 2. We're
Exactly.
part 2 right now.
I think this is a best of. I think that was a continuation of really good stuff. No, this has been a blast. I mean, it's been, and so we're already at an hour. I can't believe this shit.
That's all right. We can keep going. This can just be like the longest. We'll set a record. I'm okay with that. We'll do that.
Don't say that, man. Don't say that. It'll be 6 a.m. We'll be like,
I can't do that.
All right. But
okay, I'll start. Best stuff. I'll start the best stuff.
All right, you start.
So I come out to where's the now I'm forgetting this city. I'm in Florida, but we're Cape Canaveral. We come to Cape Canaveral. Come to Cape Canaveral, come to the large loss mastery class, end of year class, which is the big one, the finale. That's the one that you want to go to. And come out there. I do a podcast with Tom McGuire. It's our second one at this time. We sit down. We went well, I had to like ask somebody to go open the bar so that we could get some beers. So I think it was still pretty early, but we got, I don't know, 6 beers, something like that. And Yinglings. We were drinking Yinglings.
Yeah.
And because
know how that happened.
I remember there's a picture of us and we've got our
It's like a 12-pack.
There was some Yinglings. And so we sit down and we're talking.
They were empty.
And you started talking about the flying Santas. And I'm like, what the what? And you're like, oh yeah, the flying Santas. I'm like, I don't even know what that is. And so Tom, tell
Andy hasn't heard this one.
The flying Santas or the surfing Santas?
No,
go ahead.
Combination of both.
Okay.
Well,
was it the surfing? No, that's where it started. But then you said, go ahead. You got this.
Okay. So the first year that Surfing Santas, Surfing Santas is an annual thing here in Cocoa Beach. Now it's this big thing that, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 people show up here and stare at the people dressed up as Santa surfing and drink, Bloody Marys at 6 o'clock in the morning. And so
you say like there's little kids dressed up as Santas. There's
everybody's like
dressed up as,
it's really cool. It's a
and the little kids are drinking Bloody Marys.
Well, some
of 6 a.m.
Some of them are. Some of them are. I don't know that. It's a joke. But so the first year that they moved it, because it was just a group of attorneys that were surfers, and they were raising money for a great cause. And then it moved to, downtown Cocoa Beach, and then it became a monster thing. And so God bless everybody that is involved with it. It's an incredible foundation, incredible event. It raises a lot of money for people that don't have, what we do. And so how many
years has this been going on?
Oh man. I think it was 2009, 10, somewhere there. I have the shirt upstairs. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That it's been downtown. It was private before. And again, these guys have done just a fantastic job. And, people that are listening, I know that when we talked about this before, I did not point this out, but it is for a very good cause. And give to those that don't have what you do and don't even think twice. You get surfing Santas, but then you also have parachuting Santas. And again, I apologize if there was a surfing Santa out there that was injured or very hurt. I apologize, but here's what happened. So the first year, I apologize. Somehow we switched.
Was there like serious injuries?
Well, I don't know, but if there was, this is a disclaimer. So I have to do that. I have to do this now. Okay. Now more people know me
you didn't
now.
Do this on my podcast. You didn't worry about disclaimers on my podcast. You just threw me out to the wolves.
I have to
now. You have your own. So now, okay, I got it. Now we have disclaimers. Okay, got it.
I know he's disclaimed like 8 times. Let's go.
All right. Okay. So
if anybody in this story got hurt, we sincerely apologize for laughing about it. It wasn't our intention.
All right. So the first year that they did it, they had. I got to make sure we get.
Andy, you're hilarious. Oh,
what does that say? You're I don't know. I don't know.
Clicked on them.
Now we're going back and forth. I don't know what's happening here with our
technology. Disclaimer, and now we're
all right. So
now I'm not allowed to laugh at somebody getting hurt. I don't know. Something happened.
All right. So they moved it downtown and they had this runway before the Surfing Santa started. There was this runway that they had blocked off, and the surfing Santas were supposed to, or the skydiving Santas,
flying Santas,
the flying Santas were supposed to come down and land on this runway and there's people on, all over. And so I'm like, all right, this should be interesting because depending upon the talent level of the skydiver,
Right.
are you going to be able to land on this landing strip? And so
with a bunch of people on.
professional skydivers.
People on both sides, they had a great idea, but it's like, all right, so these aren't like the Golden Knights, the
on
Army.
paper. On paper, it looked really good.
Yes, and so
Exactly. When the guy jumped out, he's like, "Hey, man, hold my beer. Watch this."
well, there were some people that were over their skis.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden it's all right, but all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, Santas were off over here in this group and over here, and they were all over the place, and I was in my mind, because I think this way. And, being a child of the 70s,
Disclaimer, exactly.
being a child of the 70s, if you remember WKRP in the 70s.
I may or may not have partaked in certain things in the 70s that a lot of people frowned upon. Disclaimer.
well, you remember WKRP?
Yeah.
Remember the episode where the turkeys were
flying turkeys.
The turkeys were flying.
Yeah.
All right. So that is what was happening. The Santas were coming down like
the turkeys.
Yes. Like bags of wet cement. It was like, oh, the humanity. They were hitting the sand and hitting the crowd and all over the place. And this was the last time they did that. They moved it to the pier after that because it was all over. It was like, holy crap. And the whole thing, that whole time I was having flashbacks to the 70s and the humanity, the turkeys are hitting the ground like bags of wet cement. And so that was
right.
So that's what happened.
Santa's falling out of the sky.
Yes. And at the whole time I was like, man, they're expecting these guys to land on this strip, and these are like just regular dudes. They're like dudes and like regular dudes. This isn't like like the Golden Knights when they fly in.
They weren't that
with the flag, for the national anthem at the stadium. They were like some dudes that hey, I'm dressed up as Santa.
We could do it. Blasted, Bloody Marys going everywhere.
Bloody Mary's going everywhere because that is
exactly.
And and the thing about Cocoa Beach is a drinking town. There's 180 bars and restaurants in Cocoa Beach, and so if you're not a drinker, God bless you. I don't know how you pull that off. But yes. And so it reminded me of WKRP and the turkeys are hitting the
Les Nessman reported.
The humanity.
Yeah, oh shit!
Oh my God, that was tough. But that's what happens in this mind. I'm a goofball, and there's a lot of crazy shit in here.
I just know the surfing Santa is like a bucket list item for me now. Since you've told me about it, I gotta get down there to see it.
Yeah. You have to. It's actually Christmas Eve every year. Christmas Eve, you have to get down there like 6 a.m. to get a parking spot. And it's I mean, let's face it. There's families down there, but there's people that go down there for the Bloody Marys at 7:00 at the Hunker Down. Actually, I think you can get them at 6 a.m. at the Hunker Down just to give them a plug. I've been there, done that, and God bless everybody. But Santas were all over the place, and they were in the crowd. And it was like, holy crap, you're getting hit by a big black boot.
Oh, the horror! Little kids watching Santas all bloodied up, playing on the sand.
The whole time, because we're in disaster recovery.
Yeah, and so that's a perfect lead to disaster recovery.
Well, the whole time I'm thinking, man, I don't think this was really thought out. When I seen the landing strip, I was like, because that's my job is to look at shit and say, all right, something could go wrong.
What if? How much? How long?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What if? How long is it going to cost? How much is it going to cost? How long is it going to take for the recovery? And so it was just like, oh my goodness. And so I knew, so I was like, all right, so I got to see how this is going to turn out. And then when it just unfolded, and then literally WKRP went right through my head,
And that's exactly what it was.
and so I'm sorry, but that's just how I am, and what happens in this cranium.
Speaking of WKRP, didn't Lonnie Anderson just die a week or two ago?
She did.
And that's a terrible segue. That was the worst segue ever.
Sorry.
Like you were not invited back to a podcast. That was terrible.
Yeah, he's texting Tom right now. Get him off.
WKRP. Hey, I can.
She was
I can
the
add to this
lovely
conversation.
I brought it up so people could say a prayer for all her beloved fans.
Yeah, we have disclaimers. We have moments of silence for the
No, we'll be saluting something here in a minute.
The last story is we were in Kuwait after the Gulf War. And if you can imagine, all right, for the restorers in the audience, there is soot over the entire desert. And when I say the entire desert, I mean the entire desert. The desert had an inch of soot on top of it. So think about the buildings.
Crazy.
Every building, every HVAC system, every hospital, every office building had soot. And so here I am, and I'm with my boss, Tom Riley, who's an amazing guy. And Tom, luckily, was also a Vietnam veteran, God bless him, and also a police officer, because he kept me probably from dying in Kuwait because everything was live. So the grass was live. You didn't walk through the bushes. You stayed on the pavement because everything was live.
What do you mean by live? What do you mean everything's live?
It was armed. It was
Mines.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You didn't walk through the bushes. You were going to die. It was going to explode. And so here's my dumbass. All right. So
Were you walking through the bushes?
No, I stayed on the pavement, but I had my RCA VHS camera with me. I had this whole big thing and so you can't get into the country, number one, unless you have a sponsor. And so the sponsor waved us through security, right?
Okay.
So all of our stuff came through security, including my this big.
I remember that.
This thing was like big, and I had like this, I'm dramatic, so I got to have all this shit. And so I had like this, huge lens on it. So we looked like we were like with CNN or something, It's like, and so whenever we went out,
were they calling you Wolf Butcher?
People would gather up, and it was hilarious. But anyway, this one time we were out and we were filming, and I have this picture on my wall upstairs where I'm standing by, and my bugle boys in a pink shirt in the middle of the desert in Arabia. And there's this, yes, yeah, it was that time of the year, that time of the Lululemons, bugle boys. Yeah, all right. So anyway, there's this sign. I see a pattern here.
Yes, I do. Exactly.
I think I have problems. But anyway, so
you have your members club checking on?
I did have a members club.
I know you did.
And so there was a sign that said landmines. And so right there by where that sign was, there were actual landmines, like right there. So where I'm standing in this picture, there are like actual landmines, like 2 feet from my feet. And then as far as you can see across the desert are these anti-tank mines, which anti-tank mines are about the size of a hubcap. And they're designed to blow up a tank. And as far as you can see them, it's unbelievable. And so we're filming out in the middle of the desert. And, I'm just amazed because I'm just a kid, and I'm like, holy crap, where am I? I'm here out here in my Bugle Boys, and 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 I'm filming these landmines and across, probably 200, 300 yards for hunters. There was this camel. It was, going across, and it was just, doing its thing. What camels do
on the horizon.
It's camel on the horizon, and all of a sudden, it was just a cloud. Poof. And the camel was gone.
Disclaimer.
And
PETA, disclaimer. PETA, disclaimer.
The camel was gone.
Disclaimer to all of the hurt camels out there in the world right now. We are not making fun of the hurt camels in Kuwait.
We're not making it. All of the camels he got killed on the anti-tank mines that were laid in the Gulf War, we apologize to.
Yeah. Well,
but
we're canceled. That's what just happened. We're canceled.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so there are.
You can throw a Geico ad in right now. Hump day, what day is it? Hump day.
It's Wednesday. Poof.
This is what's been missing from our podcast. It's Andy. Andy's been missing.
And he wasn't even.
I'm like Ed McMahon for you guys.
He wasn't even planning. He wasn't even planning. I just said, "There's a chair right here."
I know.
And he's just like saying, right now he's like, "Yeah, all right, how do I get out of here?"
No, this is good. This has been fun.
Oh shoot!
Never done a podcast before.
Well,
fun,
yeah.
Well, they should be.
No one listens to them, but they're fun
know.
for us to do.
I know. You know what you do when you put this up? Put first thing you have before it even is disclaimer. And then people are like, "Oh, we got to watch this."
Oh,
well, you're right. Right. I might have. It's gonna be the whole cover is gonna be disclaimer.
Yeah. I don't know.
Have you named your podcast yet? I think I know what the name.
Yes,
that's a podcast called Disclaimer.
That's a great idea.
All right,
seriously, that's awesome idea.
Well, if it is that good of an idea, somebody take it and do something with it. I'm not.
We're running with that.
That's your idea.
That is that is the name of this podcast. Disclaimer. The disclaimer for camels, ex-girlfriends, ex-wives. Who else did we offend?
Flying Santas.
Flying Santas. Yep.
Santas.
Lonnie Anderson.
Everybody. Rest in peace, Lonnie.
Yes,
we miss you.
Bless your soul.
You were one. Talk about a hottie. I mean, that was like, she was ridiculous.
Yeah. This will be like the longest podcast ever with the least amount of viewers. So you can have credit for both.
What?
I mean, you got to. We were first in both categories.
Yeah,
exactly.
We might be breaking out. This might be our breakout.
Through it.
I took care of that a long time ago.
I threw that out a long time ago.
Okay. Oh, you did?
We were 3 minutes in and I dropped it.
3 minutes.
But that was the other disclaimer. All right. So this is an after hours. This is after hours. And yes, we are drinking tequila.
After hours if they're watching it at 7 a.m. while they're drinking their coffee.
I'm sorry, but while we're doing it right now, it's after hours. It is 10:30 here on the East Coast.
Okay, there you go. Disclaimer.
It's 7:30 here. I said it's still daylight out.
And all your complaints.
That's all that matters. Andy, it's still daylight somewhere.
Send it to Andy at largelostmastery.com.
Yeah, that's right.
He will answer your emails immediately.
And for everybody that was watching this evening, if you have any more questions that we didn't answer about disaster relief, please feel free to call Tom,
Yeah.
because I think we covered absolutely everything or nothing when it comes to disaster relief.
It wasn't about tonight. It was just about having fun.
Oh yeah, or that.
We did that.
Thank you, Andy.
Right.
Thank you, Andy, for being a player and stepping in there.
Andy was the glue that held this podcast together. Yeah. It was.
Oh shit.
Are we done? Are we done?
I think we're good.
Garrett, it was great meeting you, buddy.
All right, I'm going to turn.
You and I could go on a.
Thanks for listening to Conversations on the Edge with Tom and TJ. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. And if you like what you hear, leave us a review. Join us next time for another Conversation on the Edge.